Turns out curiosity is very much the building block of creativity, of innovation. So the more curious you are, the more creative you become. That sounds good, but like, how do you do that from a practical standpoint? Here's the challenge. We tend to make decisions, big and small, hundreds throughout the day, based on what worked or what didn't work in the past. If we lived in a static world, awesome. But today, we're living in a rate of change like none other in history. So those instincts based on past performance, they can be misleading. Instead, here's my suggestion. Just like I did when I got on that airplane, pause. Before you make a decision, again, big or small, just ask more questions. Questions about the normal approach, questions about the problem itself. Questions that start with why. What if? Why not? The thing is, when you ask these questions, it forces you to challenge conventional wisdom. It forces you to imagine what can be instead of just what already is. That's exactly what happened with Jessica Matthews. Jessica was born in Nigeria. She comes to the United States to attend college. She goes back to her hometown for her aunt's wedding. They're having a nice time at the wedding. Everything's going fine until the power goes out. A common occurrence, not only in Nigeria, but in many developing countries. You have an old school power system that can't keep up with current demand. So what do? They do what they've always done. They fire up the diesel generators. Well, the party continues, but now everyone at the party is breathing in these exhaust fumes. And as Jessica's lungs are burning and as she's choking, she says, there has to be a better way. Why? What if? Why not? She didn't have a bunch of money laying around to go build a new power grid. So she had to direct her curiosity to find a clean, free, renewable source of energy. She didn't even have an idea in mind, but she let her curiosity lead the way. Next day, she's watching some kids out on that field playing football. And she says, what if I could capture the energy on that field? I bet I could power this whole city. Leads to an invention, the socket. The socket looks and plays just like a regular soccer ball, but inside it's a generator being fueled with kinetic motion. That's a fancy way of saying 1 hour on the soccer field powers a light bulb for 8 hours. Now, her curiosity got to this conclusion. Pretty cool, right? Her next invention came pretty quick. Jump a little rope, charge your mobile device. So she creates a company that uses movement to create stored energy. Now she licenses her technology to third-party manufacturers. For example, let's say you're pulling your roller bag through the airport, and you're pulling your bag and those wheels are turning. It can be creating a clean, free, renewable source of energy. She's not only making a real difference in the world, she's created an amazing company for herself. That's the power of curiosity and action. And as human beings, all of us have enormous creative capacity, enormous curiosity.